Hello, my beautiful peoples, my extended family of love, light, and gratitude. And happy 46 to my godparents who complete 46 years of being married today. I've been trying so hard to sing them a song, but I can't figure out what to sing for them, so I only sent them a Vijaya. And so I need to figure out something about this whole thing. Is that yesterday there were day before yesterday there were a lot of people online, but I couldn't figure out who was there. So if any one of you is there, please, and that's not a COVID cough, please just say hi or do something so I know you're there. So if there is something that you all have asked me on the quiet and I think everybody can use from information online, I will not use your name, however I will use that information. So today I'm here to speak about two things. One, there's a new moon on the 23rd of April. Diksha, I love you, you know that. Aniket, I love you, I know that. Whitney Houston, I will love you, please. मतलब तेरे को मेरी बेइज्जती करानी है तो प्राइवेट में करेंगे, ऐसे पब्लिक में इतना जल्दी नहीं. I promised that before I turn 44, and I turn 44 on the 24th of December. So before that I'll definitely sing. By the way, I've been doing voice practices that we learnt as a choir. So that's fun. So I do this whole, it's a whole thing called the Me Ah. And if Gasper hears me right now doing Me Ah, he'll take one kulhadi and hit me yaha. But yeah, I'm doing my voice practice again because now I'm 21 days non-smoker. So I'm going to use that choice of not smoking for much better purpose. Yesterday, thank you guys for all of you who were on the D Positive page, and we did total dhamal chokri, but that was completely off. And from that, Diksha, especially for you to know that we may be doing a Zoom collaboration, and Aniket, who has just spoken right under you, either add him or put a notification for the D Positive page when we are doing the Zoom plugin, so that we can all hang out as a Santa workshop team, not just D Positive people. Yeah. So those two things. Now today what I really wanted to speak to you about is that a lot of people have started praying. Praying is a very good thing, my favorite thing to do, and I pray for all you guys all of the time, and I pray for you all to be healthy, to be financially fit, to be physically fit, and all of those things. But what I want you to understand is that in times like this, or in any time for that matter, prayer is one of the things that while sounds religious, is something that we all do by default. Any request that we put out into the universe, for not wanting to use a religious word, is a prayer. Correct? So anything that you speak from your heart is a prayer. Anytime you connect with anybody, like for me, doing this Facebook Live is an extension of prayer work, right? Because right in this moment, you are exchanging energies with me, I am exchanging energies with you, and in some way, we are both adding to each other's plus or minus, or we are both awakening to each other's needs and requirements. So prayer is a very beautiful thing, and what I want to recommend to you is try praying with others, not for others, and I'll explain the difference to you. I'll explain one that was very funny, but I'll also explain one that is slightly more serious. So many years ago, I met this one man who I fell in love with almost instantly. And I think he's one of my greatest kept secrets for those who don't already know about him. And for those who know about him, just know way too much for even their own liking. So, however, a lot of people I knew who were praying for me to meet this perfect person knew not. And therefore, they kept praying for me. Now, each of them had a perception of a different person being perfect for me. Yeah. And since all of them are very good people and very prayerful people and very, how do you explain it? People who intercede for others. And when they pray for me, it's a very strong prayer. However, what actually happened became counterproductive, because the person I wanted to be with was not the person they were praying for. And therefore, when our relationship broke and I realized that these guys are actually praying for me, I had to personally call up and say, listen, darling, that was a mistake, because this is what I was trying to achieve. And now this guy's gone into oblivion, and the one you're praying for has come back into the picture, and I really don't want to be with him, because he and I are not meant to be together. So that is one thing. The other day I was working on a very beautiful healing for as part of a prayer request, and I'm doing this healing after I think almost 6 months of completely saying no to any healing work. And it was for a patient who was in the hospital in the ICU, and the family wanted me to pray for this person to come out healthy and safe. And so in healing, intention healing, we channel with both the patient and the family. And that is how we lead the healing process. So that's the healing process, only healing process that I know. And while this was happening, I realized that the patient didn't want, or the patient understood, or the patient instead wanted to transmit information to the family, saying that it was safer to let him go at this point rather than call him back, because I think at an intuitive level he knew a lot more than the family did. And may his soul rest in peace, because that's exactly what he chose to do, and it has been so. And the beautiful thing is that at that point, all I was going to do was hand it over to the angels. So angels are energies that stand in the gap between people who are praying with and praying for. So I may want something for you because I think that is what is right for you. However, energetically speaking, and according to your own karmic destiny, there may be something that you need to happen for or not happen for you that is very, very important to you. So, and I may not be able to pick that up because that is something between you and the universe, right? So please understand, praying for could be counterproductive. So if you're thinking of praying for anybody, I would recommend that you invite angels so that you know what you need to pray for. So, and if anybody is praying for me, here is a tip. Please pray that God's vision for my life, or God's intent for my life, or God's plan for my life, or God's purpose for my life gets complete in this life. I have zero intentions of returning to planet Earth as a human being. I think I've done my bit. So if you're praying for me, please understand, just pray for my purpose to be complete. And for me to understand it always, and always choose my purpose over above everyone else and everything else. And yeah, the other thing I need you guys to pray for, because I'm right now in the middle of a twin flame story. So for my twin flame and me, or the person God has created for me and I, to kind of work through our ego issues so that we can eventually be together. And if this works out, then there's a wedding in November, which will be 17th or 18th of November in Goa. So, and maybe you'll all will be invited. Okay, coming back to the things for today, because this is about me, so it can kind of just go into that flow. I don't want it to go there. So coming back to praying for and praying with, I would recommend that you make it a habit to pray with people. So say for instance, you're talking to somebody, and while they are speaking to you, they are sharing their story with you, their need or their problem or their joy or their excitement. In that moment, while you are having that conversation, ask the universe, and you can ask the universe in simple words, saying that, dear universe, in this moment, I invite you into this conversation. I'm repeating that. Dear universe, at this moment, I invite you into this conversation. Yeah, that's a complete prayer. Yeah. and then you allow that conversation to flow. When I say flow, a lot of times what happens, and this is how prayer should work. What happens is that therefore you are not listening to the conversation to respond or react or say anything. You are just being in the conversation. Huge difference. Correct? Like, I know a lot of people call me up for solutions. And when I started backing off from healing work, which is about 2 years now, this is a process that I began following, allowing God and the angels, the universe. In my case, it's always Jesus. Somehow I'm stuck on him very hugely. To come in and do the energy connections, right? Which means keeping myself out of it. At the same time, just being a medium. So, whenever you pray and whatever you pray for are simple conversations. So remember, that's what makes you extremely powerful. A prayer is not, see, when you learn prayers, like I know a lot of people who know the Hanuman Chalisa, I know a lot of people who are extremely religious prayers, who, I include all religions in everything that everybody says. And my point is, those are prayers that are given to you to help you build a habit. Like when I pray the Our Father, for me, it is me connecting as Deepanjali Rao with the Father in the words that Jesus taught all of us, which means that you will pray Our Father, I will pray Our Father, but the relationship will be different on the basis of the intonation, the way you pray the Our Father. I know a lot of people, and there is somebody who should be in the conversation. I don't know if she's here or not, but she will. Hey, oh my God, for Priyanka, Larry and Ankan to be one, say hi, hellos and hi together, wow. But coming back to what I was saying is that so there are people who have this habit of praying with their eyes, like, so you're saying, dear God, please be nice to me, and you're making a face. My point is that, darling, you're talking to God, you're talking to the entire universe, the guy who can, or the woman who can, depending on whether you are into a father or mother universe story, who can created you. Would you want somebody who you say loves you and does all of that talk to you in that fashion? Sad face and prayer just doesn't go together. And if there is a sad face, it should be when you're praying on your own. Like when I pray on my own, very often I pray over all the things that I am going through. There are certain thoughts, there are certain emotions that are not working for me. I have my own set of fears. Okay, so I run a home, I don't have a job, but that is between me and God, right? It has nothing to do with anybody or anything else. So I want to encourage you today to pray with people, and when you're praying with people, invite the universe into that conversation. If you have a confident relationship with Hanumanji, I'd ask you to invite him. If you have a confident relationship with Mother Mary, invite her. If you have a confident relationship with Shiva, invite him. Whoever you invite into that conversation needs to be somebody you trust, not the person who you're praying with needs to trust. And whatever you're praying for, pray from the heart. Pray like a child. Like there's another person who did praying with me over cigarettes, and she was very cutely praying the fact that God, that she does want to give up smoking, but just create that environment which she can. And I think that was so beautiful. Today I've not smoked for 21 days, and I think a lot of credit goes to her praying for me. I am not taking her name because she will kick me where it could hurt either me or her foot. So I'm not going to take that name, right? You have a new moon, and India time is 0755 on the 23rd of April, and the 23rd therefore is a Thursday, and Thursday is a day of light, and the 23rd, 2 is manifestation, 3 is us and we. So, and the new moon is technically the darkest or the reality of the moon. So that's a very important day, although we celebrate the full moon much bigger. Technically speaking, like for every full moon to be full, there needs to be a new moon. So it's like the birth of the moon, and therefore called the new moon. And so it's a really, really good time to ask. I think that's the time that she is in complete creator mode. So you have the opportunity to ask her to help you, to help the planet, and I think also the new moon will be significant in terms of the COVID shift. The moment I use the word COVID or Corona, I kind of go into a slightly silent mode because there is a lot of work that is happening energetically around that, and some of the things that we do know are things that you don't want to know, and some of the things that you may want to know are things that you shouldn't know. But yeah, you can make out the moment I've spoken about this, my energy is completely shifted because it's not. It is that it is that kind of piece of information which is better left unspoken, really, and has a lot of human involvement in it. And at this point, forget the conspiracy theories. It is just a lot of things that we don't know that otherwise would matter, now shouldn't. And I've been having a lot of conversations with a lot of people around this, and everybody has a beautiful conspiracy theory. However, beyond all the conspiracy theories and contagion, there are energetic shifts that are occurring that maybe another day, because see, this is what happens when you channel, and when it's something that you're not supposed to speak about, you suddenly go, it's like a zip. And I am getting this a lot of times, so that way. So I'm going to let that be at that. Okay, so far what I have spoken to all of you guys over and about since the beginning of starting all of this is numerology, which was a new number science. There are videos up for it, so I'm not going to keep repeating it, although I would want to. But I cannot take it into step 2 unless you all have I understand, or I get that energetic, okay, that you all have understood step 1. Then I also spoke to you all about words and the whole concept, person and personality, of how to engage with words. I have spoken to you about hydrating, about hot water, cold water, and why you should drink a lot of water. I've also spoken to you guys about gratitude journaling during this time. I've spoken to you about acknowledging fears. I have spoken to you about dream journaling. I've spoken a lot about relationships. And today I've spoken to you about prayer. So I've spoken to you about a lot of things, and it is constantly occurring to me that while I am spending a lot of my energy in communicating and helping and wanting you to kind of take the next big leap, because this is the time to do that, it is also coming very clearly to me that because I am doing it and you all are enjoying it, none of you are taking this seriously because it is for free. But remember that there will only be a certain time till which the universe, God, angels, everybody will allow me to do this for free, because it takes a lot of my energy. You have to understand that when I sit down here and I talk to you and do all of this, while it's very beautiful, the people who work on my healing, the people who work on my energy, people who work on helping me sustain my energy to be able to do this, get very upset with me. Some of them are going to back off very soon from doing any kind of healing work with me, because at this point where a lot of healers are just doing internal work, I'm also doing external work. Because it is me, if the whole world is going right, I have to go left, and if the whole world is going, thinks they're right, I'm the only one left. So I am trying to help you. So please don't make it difficult, and don't make me feel like you're doing me a favor by listening into these. It seems like I get a lot of views and everything like that, but I'm not I may have to stop doing this if it is not actually helping you guys out, because then I will need to find people who do want to be helped and do want to take a new direction and that kind of thing. So I'm sorry if this sounds a little nasty, but the intention is not nasty. It is like right now, even while I'm speaking to you, I have my angel speaking to me and telling me that, you know what, again, you are doing what you've done earlier, gone out, helped, worked, and wanted to heal the whole world and landed up depleting yourself because people don't want to be healed. That's a very horrifying epiphany. People just want to feel good for that moment, and then after that, once they feel good, they forget. So please don't make me give up doing this really good work, because this makes a lot of difference to my life and I love doing this. I've been doing healing work forever, and I do it because I'm passionate about seeing people grow into who they're meant to be. I have grown into who I'm meant to be, and people who know me know that I would say and do anything that helps them take one more step forward. Even if it means leaving me back, I have no issues. God takes care of me, and I'm very blessed that way. And I'm very blessed to do the kind of things and to have been able to already do the kind of things that people only think of wanting to do. So please don't disappoint me enough to make me want to give up healing from a place of passion, because it's very easy today for me to change this module and completely make it from a place of making a lot of money. And I can promise you, if I get down to making this commercial, I can mint money. I know people who are doing that with zero intentions of actually healing jack. So if you think that I should continue doing this healing work, and if you think in any way you would like to encourage me, forget encouraging the world, to continue doing this, let me know. Otherwise, I can do full time pass. I did it yesterday on the Deep Positive Foundation page, and we're going to do a Zoom in connection with that. I am planning to do a Deep Positive gratitude drive once COVID is over, specifically for all those who we have noticed, and working for all of us and making it possible for us to stay at home and take care of ourselves and our families. But yeah, my bigger concern right now is whether or not I should keep this healing practice for free or to commercialize it. Because if the best in the world are making money off it, then everybody who's ever spoken to me knows that what they have got for free is priceless. And what I continue to give for free is priceless, so don't take it for granted, because someday this will be taken away from you, so will I. So clear your hearts. Know you can either help by actually showing me some results of the work I've done with you. Write about it. Don't be scared. Speak for yourself. Nobody's going to speak for you. Nobody speaks for me. Yeah? And when you pray, pray with other people. Like right now, I am praying that if any work that I have done has actually helped people, for me to continue doing this work. Otherwise, to withdraw and commercialize it like most healers have. And I think it will be very easy for me to do that. Yeah. So on this note, which is not, I'm not very, very happy and thrilled about saying this, but I love you still. And just pray for me to, guide me, do whatever you need to. Yeah. God bless. Good night.